Have you ever felt like you're trying to navigate a social situation with your foot pressed on the gas pedal and the brake at the same time? Your engine is roaring inside, your heart is pounding, your mind is racing, but on the outside, you feel paralyzed, frozen, or you just pull away. That intense inner friction isn't because something's wrong with you. It's your social protection mode. This is your system's way of trying to keep you safe in a world where you're afraid of being shamed or rejected by others. Well, today I'm going to show you why this friction keeps coming back and then the hidden reason that your system believes being around others is a real threat. And then once you see this, everything shifts. In my transformational parts or shadow work, we looked at anxiety as a conflict between two internal protectors. They're opposites of each other, and they both exist within you. And first, there's your flighter part, the part that slams on the brake. This is the young, vulnerable one whose entire worldview is built on painful core fears. Others will judge me harshly. They're going to reject me. They're going to leave me feeling embarrassed. And they're going to leave me and I'm going to feel so ashamed. Well, at this part, other people are truly a threat. And then there's your fighter part, the part that wants to charge forward, pushing on that gas pedal. Well, this is the anger that's inside of you that wakes up to defend that vulnerable part of you from being ashamed or rejected. But that fighter isn't just reacting to others' perceived criticism. At a deep identity level, it's trying to deliver a very crucial message. You are worth fighting for. So when you walk into a social setting, there's your fighter, presses the gas to prove and to defend your worth, while the flighter panics and it sees others as the enemy line, and then it slams on the brakes to keep you hidden. Well, what is the result? Yeah, pure, exhausting internal friction. There's your anxiety. So here's the discovery that just can change everything. Anxiety isn't the problem that you think you need to get rid of. In fact, it's a signal that's pointing to a far deeper conflict. Early in life, you learned that showing your anger or setting a boundary, it risked rejection. So today, whenever your protective fighter part wants to step up to defend you, well, your system just panics. Your system slams your foot on the brake to block that anger. But underneath that brake, your engine is still revving at full speed. And that revving engine, that upsetting internal friction, is the physical anxiety that you feel in your body. You feel it in your chest and your belly. So see, it isn't the situation outside that creates the anxiety. It's your unconscious resistance to your own protective power. And it's not your fault. It just happens automatically. You see, when this anxiety hits, your brain is just in survival mode. You can't think your way out of it, and you can't force yourself to feel safe either. And maybe you've tried one or both of those, and they probably didn't work too well, right? Well, what does work is that we start with two very simple, gentle questions. And first, it's really helpful if you can just take a deep breath and just drop your shoulders and just slow your internal system down. Put a hand on your chest because we're going to talk to a part that's holding the brake. So we can ask it, are you trying to protect us from being ashamed or rejected? And then you just listen without judgment. And you listen, and then you validate. You say, I see why you're holding the brake. It makes perfect sense. You want to keep us safe from being rejected. Yeah, you believe people are going to judge you. And then once that vulnerable part understands that that brake gets softened because you're giving her your attention, you might feel a little bit calmer. Again, why? Because you brought compassion to that part of you. Well, now let's turn toward that fierce fighter part of you, and let's ask that part, what are you here for? And then just listen. Well, you might hear, I'm going to protect you and I'm going to keep you safe. something that you might not ever have realized before. Your fighter part, it knows that you're worth fighting for and protecting. Well, this is the moment that you really need to feel into what I just said. You matter, and you're valuable, and you're worth it, and your fighter part knows this. And just feel your anger as the best that you can. Don't force it, because it holds the truth about you. And just let that sink in. It holds the truth about you. You're worth it. You're valuable, and you matter. See, healing doesn't happen by forcing your way through the fear or trying to push away your anger. Healing begins when you stop rejecting your anger. And it's not bad, And when you do that, that's resisting it. So just realize that every part of your survival root system is just trying to protect your dignity, because that vulnerable part of you, it doesn't believe that you're worthy or that you matter. And remember, all of this is just happening in your survival fear-based system. So what we just did together is the first important step that you need to take towards becoming free and aligning with your powerful, authentic nature. Just acknowledging and accepting these parts is a first step toward your peace and your inner power. Well, you can learn more about my path for transformation process in my video, Why Your Intelligent Mind is Blocking Your Deep Transformation. And here's the video link to the episode, and I have it in the comments section below too. And if this process did bring you a sense of relief to your system, I invite you to please subscribe and join our community here in the orchard. And if you do want to go a little deeper into working with your protective root system, I invite you also to check out my free resource. I have a Tree of Transformation map and audio bundle. I take you through a very short practice on how to get to that root cause of your emotions using my Tree of Transformation diagram as a visual guide. And I place that link in the comments section below as well. So until next time, please hold those parts gently. Your soul thanks you, and so do I. So until then, bye for now.